Council are as follows: Paul Mwite, Tom Acharia, Elisha Ongoya, Faith Waigwa, Victor Soanya, George Wandati, and John.
Can we have that again?
Yes, I'm sorry. From what point, my lord?
From yourself.
Paul Mwite, Tom Macharia, Elisha Ongoya, Faith Waigwa, Victor Soanya Ogeto, George Wandati, and John. At the appropriate time, we will be going into the grounds and basis for appearing as a protest.
My Lord, before there were also certain clarifications that I would like to be given before the hearing for today. Direction for today's hearing can be given.
My Lord, before we start the moves on that file, are there other files, especially file number petition E572, 2024, is it before the bench?
We'll take forums of the files which are before the court and that you can raise any issue.
My lords, may you kindly equally confirm whether E0, E509, which was consolidated with E522, is before the bench. One reason, Your Lordship, is that the bench was specifically constituted for that purpose.
Petition E13 of 2024, High Court of Kerugoya, Thomas Kimozo Maingi, petitioner versus Deputy President of Kenya, respondent, and the Honorable AG.
Well, that matter is not before the court.
Your Lordship is being called, it is the call that you know whether it is before the court. We also want to know whether it is before this court.
My Lord, so my ladies, kindly, with your kind permission, I would also want to seek clarification for my own petition which I have filed, petition number E567. I had information that that file was also coming up before you this morning, and I would like to know whether the same is before you and if so, whether we can also proceed with it.
When was it filed?
It was filed on the 18th of October 2024, and it came up before Honorable Justice Mamuye, who gave directions that it should come up actually tomorrow, and I believe that is part of the reasons why there is protest in this matter. And then I was informed that it's coming up today, so I also need clarification.
May it please the court. My name is Dr. Eboso. I'm a petitioner in E541 of 2024, a petition that was filed on 8th of October, and a petition in which we got directions on 16th of October, directing that it be brought before the Chief Justice for this bench. It raises the same issues as the issues that were consolidated, and I'm appearing in person with Ms. Ivy, one with the second petitioner, and we were seeking clarifications with regard to directions on that file, because as we can see, the files that were filed on 17th of October, and which directions were given, and the bench was constituted. So we expected that the matter would be mentioned together with this one today. Thank you.
Lord, with utmost respect, this honorable court is a court of record. And the record is very, very important. My Lord, your leadership, we heard the court assistant call out petition E13 of 2024, and she mentioned the word oil. That is the file that was called. And in order for the record of this code to be systematically accurate and easy to follow, may I, with respect, ask that we get clarity on this file that was called out, E13/24 of the employer, before we go to the other matters. And perhaps it is for this honorable court to clarify which files, one by one, are before this honorable court. This
Senior Counsel Paul Newton, we are giving you time to talk. You see, everybody wants to talk. There will be a time for us also to talk. So I've heard.
Thank you.
For this morning, for the purposes of hearing this morning, the applications which are before the court are application number E0113, which was consolidated in Kegoya before it arrived here with E0114. 0114. Then we have application number E0115, also from Kegoya. That is application before this court. And then we give direction on those applications. And then E565. Those are the three matters which are before this court and in which the Honorable the Chief Justice has constituted this bench for hearing and determination. There are articles of constitution of this bench in the court. So the three matters before the court are E565, E015, E0113, and E014. Those are the files and petitions, applications before this court. And those are the applications on which this bench has given direction pursuant to this bench being duly constituted. So any other applications which we are talking about, we have not cited them. Maybe they are yet to reach us, but for the purposes of today's hearing, we have these 3 petitions or applications.
Your Lordship, we welcome it. And perhaps also state for record that we also appear in E015 in protest. But further that, Your Lordship, kindly confirm that the number that is now registered in the matter that came from Kiruguya is E015. And that is important, Your Lordship, because of the purposes of administrative transfers of files. Because what was at Kiruguya, Your Lordship, was E015. Does it therefore mean that that file has not yet been integrated into the Nairobi files? And if so, then how do we appear to proceed before you, and how was the matter that we shall raise other issues? Just confirm on the question of the integration of that file in the Nairobi files, because the last file that we have should be 565 as at Friday. Are we dealing with the matter in Kiruguya or in Nairobi?
Let me deal with that. Lord, for the purpose of A572 of 2024.
That file is not before us.
That's all I'm only saying. I have heard the directions of the bench. The file is not before you. But I have instructions for the purpose of the one to take that petition was filed on 18th of 2024.
That file is not before us.
That's all I'm only saying. I have heard the directions of the bench. The file is not before you. But I have instructions for the purpose of the one to take that petition was filed on 18th of October. The same day the Kiruguya file was filed. All the directions in all these files that have been taken to a graveyard is that none of these files of ours are borders. The reason as to why Kiruguya files before the learned judges is purely because they have orders to stop the swearing in of the deputy president-elect. The CJ could not have selectively decided to have only one file before you, my lord. This is a trial of the judiciary. It is a trial that goes to the root cause of whether there is impartiality.
Mr.
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Omari.
Yes, my lord.
The file you are addressing us, we have said, is not before us. And the files which are before this court are the files in which this specific bench has been empaneled.
Thank you, my lord. Allow me to mourn. Because the questions I'm raising are very pertinent, that there are files selectively brought before you, but there are others.
Mr. Omari, we wouldn't know that because, as you understand, we only deal with matters in which we have been empaneled. We do not empanel ourselves.
Thank you very much. The empanelment authority has heard me loud and clear. Thank you.
I had indicated this honorable court that there will be at least 3 clarifications.
Just a minute to something.
we need to get something right. I want to clarify how these files are before this bench this morning. The 3 files which were filed in Kerugoya, that is 13, 14, and 15 of 2024, had some interim conservatory orders issued by the court. Further to the issuance of those orders, the learned judge made further orders requesting the Honorable Chief Justice to empanel a bench. Those files were transmitted on the basis of that order to the Honorable Chief Justice's office on the 18th of October 2024. On that very day, the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice empaneled this bench to hear those matters. Thereafter, applications were filed online. I think you are all aware that they are operating online. Applications were filed online. When those applications were filed online, those are the ones which this bench gave directions for these matters to appear before us today. That is why you are here, and that is the trail, that is the paper trail as to why we're here this morning. So I reiterate the position taken by the presiding judge that we will not be comfortable dealing with any other file, even if it's related to this file, which we did not give directions for it to appear here today. So I think we can now proceed on the basis of that clarification.
Thank you, Judge. My Lord, just a minute, please.
Perhaps just to add that it's the numerous other petitions that are coming up